Okay, we're back. Date is July 28th. It's 11:27 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we're looking for a long trade to take us back up to a resistance level at 970.75. We have the strategy set on autopilot at the moment to execute a long trade based on simultaneous group reversals on our primary chart as well as our more sensitive chart. And based on what we see happening on the more sensitive chart, you can expect this market will not really take off until we see sufficient strength return at a price of 968.50 or below. We're not going to take off yet. Now, again, let me show you why we say that. It's not that it can't happen, but it isn't likely. You see how we tested 968.50. Now, when we first tested it here, the color was magenta. Now we test it here, it's dark magenta. There's less strength at this price than there was over here. If this is going to take off, we need more strength. So I would anticipate that the market will not take off until the color associated with this price or less is more like green or gold. Green or gold. So let's watch this, as I expect that's exactly what's going to happen here. We're not ready to take off. Okay. All right, we're getting closer to our target there at 970.75. Oops. I may have paused our video at the wrong time. I could be talking over myself here. But the strategy had taken these long trades when we had a combination of group reversals hitting simultaneously on this chart as well as our more sensitive chart. And up she went. Now, I had also made the comment, and I don't think it picked it up because I think I was on pause. Sorry about that. But down here at the low of this move, 68.50, as I look at the color change here, this was magenta, this is dark magenta. That's actually a weaker color. It's a weaker color. Experience has shown that frequently, although obviously not always, the market won't take off until that price is tested with greater strength. Now that didn't occur here, but notice what did occur. On the next quarter point up, what was previously green is now at the end of the move gold. Numerically, green is a 1, gold is a 6. There's a lot more strength at this price than there was over here. So little wonder that once that price was hit again with strength, we began to take off. I would have rather seen it drop one more tick below. It didn't, and yet it fired off and headed north. We haven't hit our projection yet. It's taking a while. Now we've also done something else. We've reset our divergence chart, and this may need to be considered. We fully expect 970.75 to be hit. But as a precaution, in resetting our divergence chart, notice what took place here. As we moved up to this high, the divergence chart said that both the ES and the AD, the ADS-PD data feed, was divergent as we went up to 970.50, and we haven't been able to get above that. I think we will. I'm in fact fairly confident that we will. But we may have to drop off once again and try to rally up. So we may see pullback here, and then another attempt to test that resistance level. So interesting. We had divergence up there, and we didn't go any higher, but pretty sure we will. So I'm going to just again give this a little time, see if we can get back, and see if it comes back down to 68.50 with some strength. Maybe it'll do that. Okay, we'll come back in a minute. I brought our faster chart, our more sensitive chart, back onto the screen for a moment to mention. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, to mention that what we should see here in a moment is a blue dot emerge on this screen. You see these little dots here, the magenta and the white. We should get a blue one. And looks like we did, but boy, I've got that. Yeah, see at 969 here, it's blue. The dot showed up, but boy, it is so small you can't hardly see it. I'll have to change the resolution on this to make that more obvious. But I wanted to explain what that is. Again, our strategy is capable of doing a lot of things. A lot of things. And one of the things that it does, or can do, is track gaps. It tracks gaps. And depending on how you have it set up, it'll either find very predominant gaps or small gaps. The magenta and the white are set up to track small gaps in the AD. Probably it's too sensitive right now. But the gap on the VIX was a little bit more obvious, and the gap on the VIX took place. We had a gap on the VIX, I should say, up at around 25. It looks like. I can't quite tell. Let me see. Yeah.